How are we doing, class? My name is James Andres, and today I'll be discussing a 5th grade student with a speech and language impairment in the area of fluency. So yeah, the boy's name is Nicholas. He's 5 years old. He's in a self-contained class, and he indeed has a speech and language impairment in the area of fluency. So what that basically means is, at times, he can have trouble communicating with other students and peers and teachers and all that. And also it means, especially for Nicholas's case, that when he's reading, he has trouble fluently reading the words. Thus, by the end of the story, he may at times forget what he has read, doesn't understand the text, which affects comprehension, and that really can affect him in all areas of school. That's why this disorder and impairment is so important to tackle as early as possible. Early intervention, the better. So with Nicholas, he's a very nice boy, comes from a very nice background. His father's in the military, so he has strong family values, and for the most part, he behaves in school. But in the area of reading and writing, that's when you see higher escalating behaviors, which is like avoiding tasks, silliness, and eventually turns into noncompliance. In areas of math and science, he's wonderful, great. But you can obviously tell that reading is a struggle for him. He doesn't like it as much because it's tough for him. So we want to make this as fun, and we want to differentiate the lesson as much as possible to help Nicholas reach his IEP goals, as well as learn and have fun doing so. That's what all kids should do. So I actually want to read this straight from the Pearson text. It's chapter 6. I don't want to mess this up here. The children must have the opportunity to experiment with the words to discover whether they have learned what each really means. So we're hopefully going to tackle that in today's lesson. So we're going to start today's lesson by introducing our story here. It's called My Friend. This is on Nicholas's independent reading level. This goes along with the Leveled Literacy Intervention, a program by Fontes and Pinnell. I kind of made a lesson from that to give you an example of how I would teach this lesson to a student like Nicholas with his impairment. So it's about my friend. So I would ask Nicholas at first to gauge, to spark his interest. So Nicholas, have you ever had a play date with a friend or family member? And he would answer yes. And if you have, what certain things do you do with a friend? What certain activities do friends do? Then he answers. So basically after that, it's going to be, so before we read the story, I want you to practice our fluency using our alphabet here. We do this is the start of every writing or reading lesson here. And the alphabet looks something, here's an example. This would be on a bigger board. And student like Nicholas, he will echo after me. A apple a, student says A apple a. B bat buh, B bat buh. C cat cuh. Get the idea there. We do that fluency every day to build our knowledge of using our alphabet and eventually writing letters and words. So after we do that, I'm going to introduce some of the high frequency words and CVC words that Nicholas is going to be seeing in the My Friend book today. These are some of the words that he's going to be seeing, CVC words. I'm going to introduce those, and our high frequency words. So another thing I like to do with my students, with a student like Nicholas, after we do, I show the words and we do our alphabet. I like to do skywriting. Skywriting is basically when the students get to stand up, they get out of their chairs right where they are, and they get to use their hands and their finite motor skills, and they get to draw actually the letters in the air. They'll draw their uppercase A. They'll draw the lowercase a. Getting those finite skills in order, because that translates nicely to writing it eventually with paper and pencil. So we do that also, all the letters of the alphabet. And on top of that, it's a good practice, and it's kind of fun to do skywriting. Kids get a nice kick out of it. So then we'll come back to these high frequency words and CVC words. Nicholas will then take out, there they are. Nicholas will then take out his tile board. And we're going to practice spelling these words, these CVC words, such as like, ride, bike, rope, all that sort of things right there. These high frequency words. He will be spelling these with the teacher at first on his tile board to gain practice. So he's familiar with the words that he's going to see in the text. After we go through that together, then a strategy that Nicholas benefits greatly from is modeling. Especially in a self-contained class, I believe teachers should be modeling as much as possible to show them how good writers write, how good readers read. So with the My Friend book, we will begin, and I, the teacher, will be reading first. Excuse me. Just example here. My friend likes to eat pizza with me, and we show the text here. And stop and talk. I like to stop and talk with the students as the book goes on. My friend likes to read books with me. You model how you slowly, fluently read the words, how you look at the pictures, and asking questions. On page 2 and 3, for example, what did you notice the students were doing there? Nicholas will hopefully be able to answer that. So after I'm done reading the story, and throughout this lesson, by the way, Nicholas has a behavior chart. It's a sticker incentive chart. When I see that he's full body listening to the text, doing what's appropriate, no task avoidance behaviors, he gets a sticker. Eventually that leads to a prize box, but for today, it's just going to be the sticker chart there to keep him almost an incentive to stay on task and learn what we're doing today. So after I read the story My Friend, Nicholas then, on his own, will read to me. And during that time, I will be conducting a running record, which is basically an assessment using for fluency. This is an example of it there. Kind of looks something like that. You can see check marks above the words that Nicholas got correct. This assesses fluency and also has comprehension questions that go directly with the book here to check for understanding. You see, after he reads fluently, that he actually understands what he read. Because that's the goal for this lesson. That goes along with his IEP goals as well, in fluency and comprehension. So after we do that, to read the story, I will ask him the comprehension questions to check his understanding. The fluency part is done during the running record, then the comprehension questions are asked. After that is complete, I will then, to end my lesson, have Nicholas write these words using a pencil and his writing notebook. He will practice writing these words. Now, we use that as an assessment to see if he's grasping the concept. Is he learning what he read from the story and pertaining it to his own life, and is he essentially able to write it on his own and learn the words? Because that's what we want. We always want him to make gradual, steady growth, and that's the goal here. So I feel like this lesson is very differentiated. It goes across an avenue of different skills, and essentially it's assessing Nicholas's fluency and comprehension, which is directly related to his IEP goals. And that's what you need to do as a special education teacher. You need to assess those goals and as well as move forward in the lessons that you do every day to day. So that is my lesson. I look forward to reading your comments. My name is James Andres, and thank you so much for watching.